see cat scratch fever, whoa, whoa. I see cat scratch fever. Shee. Alright, let's get a dip in tonight. Cat scratch fever. I'm finally happy with my sorceress now. I'm just gonna do solo cow TZs for right now. But I'm happy with my sorceress and mercenary setup. I did have to hire a new mercenary because I'm using the prayer aura now in combination with cure and infinity. Not infinity, insight. Since I'm self-wielding infinity, I'll get to it in a little bit. So first I'll show my gear. Self-wield infinity. I actually rolled almost perfect. Instead of negative 55, I got negative 54. So I'm really happy with that. Minus 18 res. Griffin's Eye. The lightning skill damage doesn't really matter that much, honestly. Just the first number. I'd like to have a 2015, but you know I got this one for cheap, so I traded for this. Actually got a pretty good deal on it. I only need 10% FCR to reach the 105 breakpoint, so I didn't need to pay extra for a 220. And it's got life and resistances, so this is basically like a really like an anti-perfect Mara's, but with 10 FCR. So I'm really pleased with it. Helps round out the build. Anyway, I got it for a pretty good price, so just gonna buy for Magi. Anti-perfect Frostburns. Yeah, it could be better. And one reason I wanted the amulet to have the FCR is because the Stones of Jordan give mana and increase max mana, which is really good for energy shield. Arachnids, and then these boots that I found that are dual res with a little bit of MF. The boots could probably be changed out, honestly, with Sandstorm Treks or something, but these help round out the build, so. And my skillers, and I actually found another Crack of Heavens that was 1% better. Source Torch, Annie, etc. And then I need to put a little more in strength for swap on this. I think it might still count though. Because it's a 3. Yeah, it does count. Because I counted 10. Okay, good deal. So anyway. Now, the mercenary. Now, I did have a Holy Freeze, which I actually really like, especially with Nova, because you get that freeze on the enemies. That slows them down, you know, while you static and Nova. But I noticed, you know, with ES, you have a little bit of health loss, and it just kind of bothers me. You know, I keep one row of health pots, but it starts on like 4 here, and I'd lose a little bit of health, and you know, me being level 95, if I die, I lose a lot, so the prayer keeps me topped off, in addition to, you know, it receives synergy, sort of it's a lot more effective, basically. It's kind of like a synergy with meditation. It's boosted by meditation, and then I can add cure for the cleansing aura to get rid of the curses and stuff, and you know, poison and all that stuff. Poison and then The only reason I'm running Chains of Honor is for the life leech, but it also gives 200 damage to demons, 100 to undead, etc. I actually got a pretty good deal on the base. It was an 808 defense ethereal lacquered plate. So I'll show you my other setup that I had. I did have fortitudinal lacquered. I like lacquered plates because the required strength is just under 200, so they can wear it without Andy's visage, so you can be a little more flexible in your helm spot. You can't really do that with sacred armor. And it gives a little bit. You get a little bit more base defense than Archon plate, even though Archon is only 103 strength requirement. It doesn't matter because mercenary is always going to have naturally growing strength, so he's always going to have enough strength for the lacquered. And I actually think it looks. I like the looks the best. I think this looks the best of all the armor, personally, as far as just the how it looks in the inventory screen. Because obviously the mercenary doesn't show armor. He has a set. But I had that on him, and this, which rolled really low ED. The minus to enemy res doesn't count because it's on a merc, so it doesn't matter for him. Because it doesn't apply to my Nova. It only applies if I'm wearing it. Which is good for me because I got lucky and rolled a negative 54. And believe it or not, I didn't have an Andes on him. I had a Bulwark. The reason I had a Bulwark is it rolled low life leech. I think it can roll up to 6. You get the deep physical damage reduction, replenish life, hit recovery, mana, life per hit, vitality, increased life, damage reduced by. Every stat's really good on this. And it's really cheap. And I put it on him and I never had problems, so I didn't see a reason to get Andes. Plus, I don't have any more socket quests, so I'd have to make a new character and waste time doing that. So that's it. Oh, and I was wearing Crescent Moon Spirit. The reason that I can't wear Spirit now is because I was wearing Mara's, which gives 5 all. I have a perfect Mara's, which gives 5 all. Because I didn't need the FCR on my ring because I got enough from the Spirit. The reason you need an FCR ring or on one of your, amulet, excuse me. The reason you need FCR on your amulet or one of your rings when you're wielding this is you're 10 short from the 105 breakpoint. You don't have to get 117 on Nova, you only have to get 105. Oh shit. I forgot, I gotta put Mage Fist on to get the, I wasn't even thinking about that. Whoops. Now I'm at the 105. Okay. So I'll lose some mana with that, unfortunate. But I don't know. I kind of like Crescent Moon just as good. The only reason I like this is it's for lazy people like me. That you just want to have med aura on your mercs. You don't have to worry about your mana as much, and then. But honestly, and then prayer merc. So prayer synergizes with the med aura, so it keeps your life up. So it's kind of a little bit more of a lazier approach. You could still like honestly with Crescent Moon because of warmth, because of 1 point in warmth. My mana was staying capped pretty much all the time anyway. It's just the life. So I could have got a prayer or a merc and kept Crescent Moon. And I might actually try that because everything about Crescent Moon is better in my opinion because you have more mana. Because you can wear Frostburns, you can wear the Maras on your amulets. So the amulet's a lot cheaper because Mars is cheaper than a really good rare amulet. And so I kind of like Crescent Moon better. Plus you have a shield, and the shield gives you more stats too. That's the reason you don't have to dig for FCR. You get 101 mana from the shield, so you get even more mana from that, and in addition to the Frostburns. So I kind of like this setup better. And your mercenary also gets to wear Fortitude because he can have Life Leech on his helm, and I don't know. It's anyway. Oh, Rocky Waste. Okay, maybe I can go on a player 8 game now because it switched from cows. I don't like doing cows in players 8 because it's kind of slow to get the leg and get all that shit together. But yeah, we'll see what I'm looking like here. It's still pretty good mana, but yeah, my life pool's less for sure. Go ahead and go on the team. Right, well, let's go ahead. Yeah, players 1, I don't even really have to use static. Nova just destroys everything without even. I guess I'll stay players 1 for a while because I am getting decent experience. I'm getting better experience than a bell run would give just players 1, honestly. So, and I got the cure. I love having the cure right too on him, mercenary, because he gets rid of curses. He gets rid of which includes the curse, like the blood mana curse. So with this setup, the only thing I really have to worry about is mana burn. See, my life is just, I'm always topped off. That's the good thing about it. I'm always topped off. Should have went here first. And res doesn't matter as much on you guys. Like your resistances, that's another thing I like about. So let's see how quick the curse goes off. Your resistance, yep, see how quick it goes. Cleansing Aura is nice. Cure Helm is ridiculous, but just because those curses are so deadly, it doesn't matter as much on hardcore. But if you're trying to hit level 99, it does, because curses are just so detrimental. You know. And your life total is already good enough, you don't really have to worry too much because you've got the energy shield. See, just everything just stays topped off. It's kind of ridiculous. See how quick the poison goes away. Yeah, see, it goes away quick with it's just so nice, man. I don't know what else to say. I'll do a few runs just to show off the build. This is players 1, but this build works good in players 8. You can look at some other videos when I wasn't using Self-Wield, and I'll actually probably jump into a Bell game and show it in a little bit. But you don't have to really worry about pots with this, you know. You don't have to worry about really any kind of potions. The protocol is static. You just like pop 1 or 2 statics on them and it pretty much does it. Like, see, just 1 static brings them down almost to half right there. The whole thing about pub games, you have to worry about people. If you want loot, you have to worry about people like, yeah, just taking loot from you. So if you're looking for loot, I mean, Player's Aid is better, but online you have to worry about people getting your drops. And unique monsters always drop at least one item anyway. Like this guy, they always drop at least 4 potions in one item. And your player count does not affect that. And you're only killing unique packs anyway when you're trying to level. So honestly, or when you're doing TZ, you're pretty much only killing unique packs. So if you're looking for loot, actually the player's count doesn't matter that much unless you're just looking for runes. If you're looking for runes, it does. But, which I guess that's probably one of the best things to look for. So I mean, I don't know. You clear quicker too. Unless you're mosaic, and then you just clear one shot no matter what. It's pretty hard to beat this build on P1. I mean, you don't even have to use static, and you just 1 and 2 shot everything. You don't have to worry. You just destroy everything. I'll do a P8 game and then go sleep a little bit more. Yeah, with poison, it's still dangerous. You still have to watch. Poison's really a pain. But if you kill quick enough, you don't even get poison. It just depends, you know. See, I mean, you're always getting an item. So, I mean, like, you're always getting something. The only downside of this build is you can't run Magic Find, really. I mean, you're so strapped on gear to meet your FCR breakpoint that you can't really. Oh, and I didn't even have. But you can't really. On Self-Wield, well, even not on Self-Wield, I mean, Nova in general, you can't stack that much MF unless you put it on your charms, but you really want those lightning skillers, and that restricts you, because Nova needs all the damage it can get, because you don't get as much damage with it as you do lightning, but it is better AoE for clearing TZs, so, you know, I mean, it's... I wonder if this game has. Let's see if anybody's doing Rocky Waste on this one. No, he's doing Chaos. He might have already cleared it. I just wanted to show it in a higher player count game, but I don't know. It might already be cleared. We'll see, I guess. I am gonna static in the higher player count. Yeah, no, it's not clear. So it takes longer to kill, but I mean, you do get more experience. I'll do the tomb in a second. But your static is screen wide. You don't have to worry so much about it. And then, see, I mean, it's just, even in a high player count, it's not really that bad of a shadow plate. This TZ is really easy, by the way. I mean, there are harder ones. Like some of the ones in Act 5 and 4 can be a little more dangerous. And World Stone's dangerous too to this build because of the souls. That's one downside as well. You have to be careful in certain areas. If an area can spawn souls, it's best just to not even do it, honestly. Because they can burn your mana and just kill you. You can do it, it's just you have to be very careful. I wouldn't recommend risking it, honestly. But anything that can burn down your mana, like souls, is something generally you just need to avoid. See, my mana's taking a lot of damage with going on mana. So you do have to still pot sometimes. Like on Players 8, you do have to use potions every once in a while. I mean, it's to be expected. It's a higher player count, more damage, the enemies last a little bit longer. But with static, you're already reducing their health by half or more anyway. So, like, it's really not that big of a deal. Poison would be the biggest problem. See, he already leveled again, so he's 95 again. Doesn't take long. Trying to avoid the poison here. Nova also stuns the enemies. Like it's a consistent stun, so yeah, it's there's that poison again. That's why I like this, is that the poison goes away so quickly with this, you know. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, thanks for watching.